Cancer is one of my favorite books and which inspired me. And that's when I started following Megha Bajaj. Who is Megha Bajaj? When you Google her, you will know she's much more than a best-selling author. She's empowered over 1 lakh individuals. It's an honor to have Megha Bajaj today. I'm not going to talk more about her because I want her to talk about herself, like I always do. Megha, it's an honor to have you today with us.
Thank you so much, Hina. Absolutely share the honor and love the work you do. I went through Queen's Brigade and I thought it sounded only so awesome. I felt like a royalty being there.
No, you know what? That's how you make people feel so special. That's the best part about you, Megha. But, and I want to ask you, my first question, I know you're a best-selling author and, your first book, Thank You Cancer, you wrote this when you were 23, Megha. I want to ask you what, your latest book, which is The Breakthrough, and which is the bestseller, it became the bestseller in 3 months. So what has been your breakthrough moment, the breakthrough moment at 23, which made you realize that I have to write a book and it got published? Guys, I have to tell you, this was published by Hay House, okay? So you have to tell me, Megha, how has been your childhood? When did you decide and how did you decide to become an author?
It's been one incredible journey of so much of love, so much of wondering, so much of discovering. So I was a little bit of a mad kid and I used to prefer sitting on this rustic tank on a terrace looking at the sea rather than attending school. So I would bunk school and my parents had no clue. They thought I looked very innocent. So they were all like, yeah, child can never do anything wrong. And I used to bunk and I used to just sit on a terrace and I used to keep wondering that what is life all about? I had questions that school was not answering. I had questions about relationships. I had questions about emotions. I had questions about life. And I didn't know where to really ask these questions. So I would just be sitting, one curly haired child, watching everything and just being so in love with life itself. So I think my whole journey as a seeker and a writer began on my terrace on a rustic tank because I couldn't figure out things, so I would keep writing. I would keep scribbling to kind of make sense and nonsense of life, So I would be like, what is life? Then whatever would flow, I would write it down. What is mother? What is love? All these things is like a discovery of a young girl sitting on a terrace, that's it. And yeah, it's been amazing. I think I've just had a story to tell Hina all the time. Like, I feel that all around us, there's so many inspirations, there's so much cheer, there's so much goodness that needs to be brought to the fore. Why is it that media only focuses on how many people have died? We have to focus on what all the people who are cured, who are doing great, who are living completely normal lives. So I think I took it upon myself to kind of write books that really spread cheer, that make you feel good, that make you feel like, life is worth it. So I think that's been my breakthrough, that all of it began on one rusted tank on a terrace. And little did I know that one day all that scribbling would make sense to people and beautiful people like you would connect to it.
No, I so resonate with this, Megha, when you say that, why not bring in more positive stories and, which is what Queen's Brigade does too. We do the same thing, we say, why publish about people who've died of taking or not getting cured of COVID, but why not talk about people who got cured through naturopathy and, who've cured themselves? And that's what your book Cancer was also all about, because the people really fought their own diseases, they fought with themselves, they spoke to themselves. And, what I love about your writing, Megha, one falls in love, you just make the characters so alive that, you just feel like not giving up the book. I remember finishing this book in 1 day.
Wow, Hina, that's beautiful to know. And just the fact, like right now, everyone's talking about the breakthrough, and just that you're taking me back in this nostalgia for Thank You Cancer is another beautiful thing.
Yeah, so, I also want to speak about your recent book called The Breakthrough, and I want to know where did this come from and what is it all about?
So Breakthrough, I think, Hina, like you would have noticed, my passion lies in bringing people's story to the fore. And I think my niche is that I can enter into a person's skin and become them. Literally, like you won't feel that it's Megha Bajaj speaking. when you read it, you will feel that it's that person speaking to you, you know.
True.
And I think that comes from being very empty. Like, I think I'm a very empty person in terms of, it's more like a flute, right? Like the bamboo's there and the air kind of flows and everything happens. So I feel like that when I write. Like, I feel like I don't exist, and whatever I'm supposed to write just kind of flows through me, you know. So it's very beautiful. It's a very spiritual experience actually for me. And Breakthrough is about 11 people, Hina, who began their life with nothing. Okay, so these are guys who didn't even have like 2 square meals to have. Some of them faced issues like a girl was born and in 6 months she lost her father. So a lot of different kind of beginnings these 11 people have had. Some in rags, some, you know, with a lot of negativity, anger issues, relationships going for a mess, and how they kind of grow into life, okay, and how they have a series of breakthroughs, and how they become into these trailblazers, these glowing examples of kind of people that all of us would want to follow. And
Wow.
what I love about their stories, Hina, is that it's not just rags to riches, because there are enough of them. It's
Yeah.
about the entire journey that a person goes through in becoming themselves. So dealing with their relationships, you know, becoming healthier as people, becoming a lot more spiritual, a lot more peaceful. So the book talks about the entire journey and not just the rags to riches story, but it's been one experience in. And I have to tell you this secret, like, to write this book, one of the understanding I had with these 11 people is that I'm going to come and live with you. Okay. So they actually had me living in their hair, you know, literally watching them like every minute, because I wanted to bring authenticity. I wanted to bring realness. I wanted to bring not just what I hear, but what I see into the book. And the result has been phenomenal. I mean, Breakthrough's been creating breakthroughs across the globe, and there have been people who've been telling me that we read the book and we've had our breakthrough. We were waiting for this to happen and we've had our breakthrough. And I think it's the whole energy that's kind of got created.
Yeah, because that is what you put in the books, you know, that is what you put in the writing. And I'm sure, because when I've been following you on Facebook for years now, and I see that, you know, when you write, it's like me wanting to read that, you know, it's something like as if you've written it for me. And I'm sure there are ladies who feel the same thing, you know. So when did your journey actually started with, you know, when I say, Megha, that did you ever take professional course for writing, or it just happened?
So in fact, it's surprising you asked this, but I grew up in a joint Marwadi family, and I didn't learn English, like spoken English, till I was in the 6th standard. And I went in a school which was like the most affluent school in Bombay, one of the finest schools, and I'm very grateful to my school. But you can imagine me floundering with English among like Shobha Day's daughters are in, you know, our school, and these kind of people in our school, and I didn't know English. So I remember my English teacher, in fact, made me stand up and said, can you translate this or do some future continuous tense? And I was like, intention, you know. I was like, how am I going to do this? But I couldn't. And she told me that day, she's like, you're never going to learn English. You're good for nothing. Nothing is going to, you're like a vegetable. And the beautiful thing was, I don't think I ever bought into other people's definitions about me. I always had this thing that I am who I am. God will take care of me. Life will take care of me, and something good will happen. So I think that, you know, even more craving that, no, I can do English. I had to think about it, that from being told that to becoming a best-selling author and writing textbooks in English, you know. And the same teacher finds me when she reads one article about me in Times of India, and she's like, I always knew you were special. And I'm like, yes! So it was amazing. I mean, I think this thing to kind of tell myself, no, I can, also egged me on. And I have a sister who was a super performer, like super performer. And I was always very naughty. My intelligence worked in like very weird ways, you know, not in the normal way. So I think that thirst kind of to say, hey, I also matter. My thoughts matter. And I never knew how to communicate the way I can today. I was very awkward socially, you know, didn't know how to say the right thing at the right time. So I think that's how the writing kind of happened, because it gave me that space to just be, to express my innermost thoughts, feelings. I'm sure, Hina, you go through it, that we go through so many things in a day and we want to let someone know it. We want to share it out and we don't know how to. So I think writing kind of became that medium, and it wasn't like I was good at it or I was perfect at it, but I just kept writing. So
you kept writing. I said you wrote about 5+ books, 1,000+ articles for well-renowned magazines and newspapers. You have impacted over 1 lakh individuals, Megha. And I mean, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal what you're doing. You've also taught how to write, and you've made these individuals writers who just loved writing, and you've made them now award-winning authors. And that's the beauty of somebody who was told that she doesn't know how and she would never know English.
Absolutely. So from there, and I did English literature in Xavier's. I did a course in media, but honestly, I feel, Hina, none of that is where my writing developed. My writing developed really in my free time, my free space. Like now, if you look out, there's this whole sea view. I think it's being in nature, being with myself, being with people that honestly develop the writer in me rather than being in the classroom. Because the classroom can give you language, it can teach you A to Z. But the writer in you, I think, develops when you're when you're alone, when you're just wanting to express for the love of expressing. And I think that's where I've learned the most.
It's phenomenal how you've started. What I also want to know is, you and your sister started this beautiful platform where you inspire individuals, and not only ladies or men. You also inspire kids. Yeah. I want you to tell me more about WOW Schools. What is it all about?
So basically, this WOW curriculum is this beautiful curriculum for children like me, in fact, where it's like you have so much going on within you and you don't know how to let it all out, and I think that's true for every child in the world. I mean, I'm sure you would have noticed that kids are in their own world and we often feel like they should grow up. I feel that children should be allowed to be children and they should be allowed to express themselves to their hilt, and that's how we'll help them in a better way. So WOW 3Ls is basically about language, life and leadership skills. And the whole idea is from lower KG to 12th standard. We've got these classes going for kids where we teach them that, I think the biggest thing is that it's okay to be you. We tell them that whoever you are, be yourself. It's okay to cry. It's okay to have negative emotions. It's okay to feel the way you do. And I think that acceptance that they feel in our classes and through our curriculum helps all the other things happen. So kids have published, kids have written books. The youngest child I know who's written a book is 16 and he's a WOW student. There's an 11-year-old now attempting a book. So, when I'm seeing all this, I can just see that it's all that inside stuff that's already there. And I think that feeling of acceptance is helping them to get it out to the fore. And they're becoming better at life skills, better at leadership skills, because I realized that, these words are borrowed from my Guru Mahatria, but I have to say this, that we're taught chemistry in school, but not chemistry of relationships.
True.
We have to read English, but we're not taught to fall in love with language.
True.
We read history, but we don't know how to become history makers. So all of this, kind of churned in me and created this WOW 3L model where my sister helped a lot for the lower grade. She's an ace with that age of kids. And it's just been beautiful. I mean, every year we are impacting close to, I would say, 15 to 20,000 kids. And it's just growing. I mean, it's beautiful how they're growing with us for 5 years, 8 years now. And the difference we see in them is intoxicating, actually.
So Megha, is this affiliated to some CBSE board, or is it, there are certain 3-4 hours of school, or is it you take online classes? How does the module work?
So the way it works is we have tie-ups with schools, and every Wednesday, one period is called the WOW period. So they do this as that. So it's what we say it is that in every other subject you're learning something. In Wow, you learn yourself, you study
Wow.
yourself, you're the subject, So that's how it happens. And we train the teachers. The teachers carry forward the module, and every child gets a Wow book, which has like sessions for the whole year. So every week, one Wow session, and we feel that the world's going to be a new place if this can happen.
Wow. And Megha, do you also have something like this in Delhi? So you only are doing in Maharashtra? Do you have something in...
In fact, currently we've got schools in Chennai, and we're now planning to reach out to a lot more schools. But yeah, it's something that has to grow in every city.
Absolutely. I think this is something where we need to teach our kids, like you absolutely correctly said, that, a kid doesn't understand himself. And that's the most important thing, especially in pandemic, where there's so much of stress. And a child really doesn't know how to express. A child doesn't know, and he's been made to feel guilty about being aggressive, about being, shouting, and about throwing tantrums. And I think the best gift we can give is to teach the mothers, like you're teaching the teachers, to carry forward the Wow classes.
Like one beautiful session, Hina, is so like for the 10th standard, 10th standard means like, oh, there's some sword upon your neck, right, for children. So the first session begins with, it's like a blank paper, and the child is asked to just write and express all his frustrations. Okay, and it's literally like vent it all up, remove everything that's there, then we'll begin from the session second. You won't believe it, we've given one page, kids say, teacher, give me more pages. There are kids who have written 10 pages of frustration, torn it and said, now I'm ready to learn what is it. And we're just not letting kids have that space. It's like, you just have to be good boy, good girl. What is good? I mean, really.
Absolutely. So when did this idea came to your head, Megha?
So this idea actually came 8 years ago. There's a principal called Gayatri Ram in Chennai, and I have to thank her for this whole thing. So she was doing the Wow course with me, the online writing workshop, and she's a principal, and she started discovering the author in her, the seeker in her. She started getting published in international magazines and seeing all these changes. She's like, Megha, if I can experience this, can you not take this to 5,000 children in my school? And that's how the whole thought began. And from there, there's been no looking back. I mean, schools just kept adding. I've been someone who's been a little poor at marketing and sales. So, whoever came on their own accord, we kind of went with the flow. But I haven't gone out there. But this year, I've planned to change it. And we've got a team in place. And we have to, if you know something is so beautiful, we have got 350 rupees for a child for the whole year, which is like the cost of one pizza. Why do you not want the child to benefit? So I've decided that nothing doing, we have to take this to every child out there.
And you know what, Megha, Queen's Brigade is going to support you, and we are going to collaborate with you, and we are going to push this curriculum ahead, because I think this is a beautiful, beautiful idea. And we'll now move to, because I see a lot of ladies who love to write, or who have so many stories to share, but somewhere they don't know how to do it. Somewhere they don't know how to begin, and somewhere, like you were told, the many who are told, you can't write, who will publish your book, samajh bhi aata hai. So how do you address these ladies, and what do you have to tell them?
The first thing I want to tell all of you is I love you. I feel with you because I've been there, done that, know exactly. I mean, I was told, please become an IIT engineer, not a writer, because writing is a good hobby. It's not something that's going to pay you. When I bought my own Merc with my own money of writing, everybody was zapped because they're like, oh, writing can pay. So the first thing I want to tell you is break all the myths that, oh, writing doesn't pay, so I can't choose it. I have to do something else, and writing can be a hobby. Writing can be your career, and it can be life defining. This is especially for those young girls out there wanting to do stuff. For all you ladies, we have so much within us. I mean, from the time we wake up to the time we sleep, the number of thoughts, the number of feelings, emotions, relationships, we're so beautiful, and we have so much contained within us. And why should we keep it all within? Let's express, let's blog, let's put it up on social media, let's write for magazines, let's empower so many people around us, and it all begins with believing I can. So no one, I mean, and you're hearing this from someone who was told she'll never learn English. She's a vegetable, okay? So if I could do it, I'm sure you all are much more evolved already. I think the best way to begin writing is like swimming. You can hear all the things about swimming, but until you get in, you can't understand it. Just take a paper, take a pen, start flowing with your thoughts. Maybe just as simple as, what am I feeling today? You know, and whatever flows. Yeah, today I'm feeling a little dull. Today I think I'm feeling very happy. Just write your feelings out. And obviously there are ways, you know, there are tools to give it structure, to make it a beginning, middle, end, to make it a story. But I really think that that's the secondary part. The first is to believe in yourself and know that, yeah, you can write as well. And two, to really have that love for just expressing, connecting, wanting to reach out. And I think that's inherent in every woman, Hina. I mean, I don't know of any woman who wouldn't agree with me here, because we all want to connect. I think it's so natural for us to connect, you know, and words can be such a beautiful medium. And the kind of, I mean, from where I began to today, it's like globally people are reading every morning. They're telling me, oh, we wait to read your article. And it's all because I just kept believing and I kept writing. Not that, you know, 100 people told me, oh, you're the best. All that's happened only now. Initially, it's just this self-belief and this love for storytelling that kept me going. So please join me and let's go out there and tell stories. The world is waiting for beautiful, happy, positive stories.
Absolutely. And Megha, so what is the duration of these courses, and how does one enroll? I mean, if you could share more about the course.
So Hina, I've been doing a lot of different modules. Like almost all the top bookstores in India nowadays have approached and they are like, can you do a workshop for us? So I've done something with Oxford, I've done something with Kitab Khana, you know. So it's like if I do something with Queen's Brigade, you know, where we just need a group, we could start with just a 1-hour workshop to get you started. Okay, and it would begin with that. And of course, there's my online one-on-one workshop, which is a lot more personalized, a lot more detailed. And that is the workshop which will actually take you from non-writer to even a best-selling author, if that's your dream. And wow, you know what I'm talking about, Hina, is still very on the outside. Like, honestly, it excites me when all my people, you know, get published and they're, you know, working with some of the top guys. That's one part. It's what happens within you with writing that honestly fascinates me a lot more. And magic happens because you suddenly start getting to know yourself better. You understand your bottlenecks, your strengths better. You give direction to all those cluster of clouds around you, you know, thoughts around you. And you literally become a clearer, happier, lighter version of yourself with writing. And to me, frankly, that's even more exciting than all the publishing you'll ever do, you know.
I so agree with you, Megha. For me, writing has been a healing process. You know, I tell everybody that, you know, I don't care for likes or whether people like or don't like is immaterial. I write because I feel so good about it. I write because, you know, somewhere I realize that while writing, I get healed, you know. And there's so many emotions you have inside you, which you said. You just get answers. You connect to yourself better.
And in fact, this is pure science, Hina. When you write, it's such a beautiful thing. Like, our childhood memory is of putting pen to paper, you know. So when you write, you are no longer thinking like an adult. You go back and you're almost like in touch with your subconscious. Another thing is the act of writing actually unites your left and right brain, making it whole. So, you know, it's a meditative process. It's what meditation or yoga is doing for you. Writing done in the most beautiful way will do the same thing. And oh, what miracles it creates. I mean, I am forever in awe of what writing has done for my life, Hina. I mean, look at me and you connecting from 2 different cities, never met each other, nothing. Only through one book which I'd written 13 years ago?
13 years ago, yes. And those, you know, and that book somewhere left, you know, I was telling my husband, I said, it's an honor to have her because, you know, I've evolved reading her books. And, you know, somewhere, you know, some books inspire you to deep code, you know, it kind of inspires you in a manner that says, you can, like you said, I can. So I've always believed that anything can be healed. And I think that was your book.
Such an authentic space that I'm feeling really emotional listening to you. Like, I don't want to cry because, but literally, like, the way you're speaking, I can feel there's so much truth in your words, and you're coming from such an authentic space that I feel honored to be talking to you.
No, and so same is the case with me, because I feel this book, I'm sure it must have touched millions other books, and I'm waiting to read Breakthrough, because Breakthrough will break through a lot of people's lives as well. So I'm going to read, going to order that again. Also, Megha, you've also been approached to write film scripts for many. How did that started, and what do you have to? So when do we see your name there?
It's been, I really think, when you do something with a lot of love and a lot of dedication, I think life opens up for you. Like, you hear from people's stories that, they are waiting for their first break, they're waiting for this, they're waiting for that. I didn't even go out there. Like, I just used to write. I write for a magazine called Life Positive. I'm sure you've heard of it. And it's a beautiful magazine. And one director read it, and he's like, you write so visually and your writing evokes so many deep emotions. So would you do a serial with me? And he was a big guy. Like, I think if I'm not mistaken, he's the one who had come up with that Pankaj Kapoor's show, right? Where that he has one assistant called Kitty.
I'm not into
TV. I don't remember it. It was long back, but he was doing something really awesome. So that is what triggered the whole thing. And post that, I've had about 10 directors, producers call me and ask me through various things they've read about me, read on Facebook, do you want to collaborate? Do you want to collaborate? But I've been a very choosy person. Like, I'm always, for me, that soul connect is more important than how much you'll pay me. It's more important than how big my name will be. I need to feel connected to someone to do something, with them. So I'm waiting, but I do have a film offer, a script writing offer from one of the biggest production houses in India. So hopefully, film writing is a long process and it's taking me quite a lot of time to think through, do it well. I would say hopefully in a year, you'll see the big thing come out. So yeah, but it's going to take some time, but it's amazing. Even the process of writing the script is so beautiful. So I can't even imagine how I'll feel when it actually gets made into a movie.
Megha, how do you, coming to your personal life, I want to ask you, you live a very simple life. Since I follow you, I know, you don't have that kind of an air. You have clear fundas about relationships. And how do you balance your personal and professional life?
I think one of the ways I do it is that whatever I'm doing, I'm completely in the moment. So like my guru said this beautiful thing, his name is Mahavir, and he said that devotion is nothing but doing anything with all your heart. So when you're there completely in a moment, you're doing justice and it's like a prayer. So when I'm working, I'm really working like I don't remember who I am when I'm writing. I don't remember, I'm married, I have a dog. Nothing exists for me when I'm writing. I forget to eat, to that extent. But then when I close my laptop and I'm with my husband, when I'm with my dog, when I'm just chilling with my parents, then I'm completely with them. So I think this has helped me a lot that wherever you are, like I don't multitask in my mind. So in a day, I may achieve 5 different things, but when I'm doing that, I'm only like right now I'm with you, I'm only with you. I won't remember time. I won't even look at like, do I need something? Nothing. All that matters is you for me in this 1 hour. And I think that's made all the difference because the quality of my doing has become so high that it's no longer about the time. So like my husband will never tell me, you've not given me enough time, because even if it's 1 hour, it's so deep and it's so beautiful that we don't feel like, we need to have 20 hours together. That 1 hour is very deep and fulfilling, and same with writing. Like when I'm writing, I'm so involved that a lot gets done in very little time. So I think that's...
Is he as spiritual as you, Megha? Or I would want to ask you.
So he's really different. Like I'm totally left-brained, and he is an IT engineer, totally right-brained. So it's crazy. I mean, like I'll be like, come, look at the sea, and he's like, what's there to see the sea? And I'll be like, oh, look at the moon. He's like, every night it comes. So we're very different, but I think he's very spiritual in his own way. Like just the space that he's given me to be myself. Not just him, his entire family. I think I am so grateful and so blessed for them. So I think spirituality has a lot of facets, and in his own way, he's supremely spiritual.
And I think that comes from the space of being so grounded and being so modest, Megha. I think I think it's the writing, and it's, you've really connected to the master within, I would say, that makes you say all of this. But it's been a pleasure having you, Megha. And I hope to collaborate for the writing workshop for the kids as well as for the ladies, because I'm sure we have so many ladies here. We have so many kids here who would want to learn from one of the best authors. So it will be an honor to do and collaborate a workshop with you.
I would love it. I mean, I would want to gift all the ladies, beyond everything, 1 hour of their me time. Literally, it will be your fun time to just explore all that's going on in your crevices and your corners, and to just let go. And I think women can have so much fun together. Like, I don't believe this whole thing that, women don't get along. I think Queen's Brigade is an example. Women can do so much when they come together. So I would love it. I mean, I want to gift all of you and myself a evening of fun, learning, happiness, insights. I don't know what more.
I'm looking forward to it. I think we are going to take this offline because I am so excited for this. So meanwhile, thank you so much, Megha, for joining, and have a super good day.
Thank you so much, Hina, and truly loved being with you.